Genesis 39, 7-21. Faithful in the fire context. Joseph has already been betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery. Yet verse 2 says, "The Lord was with Joseph. Even in chains he prospered." But favor doesn't mean freedom from temptation. How then could I do this great wickedness and sin against God? v9. This is the heart of the passage. When Potiphar's wife tempts Joseph, he doesn't say, "I might get caught. This could ruin my career. Potiphar will kill me." He says, "How could I sin against God?" Joseph understood something powerful. Sin is not first against people, it is against God. No one was watching. He was far from home. He was a slave in a foreign land. He could have justified it. Instead, his loyalty to God outweighed his loneliness, his hormones, and his opportunity. That's integrity. Integrity is who you are when no one is watching. Joseph feared God more than he desired pleasure. 2. He didn't negotiate with temptation, he fled. Verse 12 says he left his garment in her hand and ran. He didn't argue, he didn't linger, he didn't try to manage it, he ran. Sometimes spiritual maturity isn't standing strong, it's running fast. Joseph would rather lose his coat than lose his character. Notice this. He lost his garment twice in his life, once to his brothers, Genesis 37, and now to false accusation. But every time he lost a garment, he gained God's favor. 3. Righteousness doesn't always look rewarded. Here's the hard truth. Joseph does everything right and ends up in prison. Temptation resisted, integrity maintained, God honored, and chains. But verse 21 says something life-changing. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love. God didn't stop the prison, he entered it with him. That's the deeper meaning. Sometimes obedience doesn't remove you from suffering, it positions you for purpose. Joseph's prison was not punishment, it was preparation. The false accusation led him to the place where he would eventually interpret dreams, which would lead him to Pharaoh, which would lead him to save nations, including the very brothers who betrayed him. What looked like setback was divine setup. The true takeaway Joseph teaches us: fear God more than temptation. Run from sin, don't reason with it. Obedience may cost you comfort, but God's presence is worth more than your freedom. Even when it looks bleak, even when you're falsely accused, even when doing right costs you, God is still with you. And if God is with you in the prison, He's already preparing your palace.